Hello and welcome to my new video. Penguins are very popular animals from the oceans of high southern latitudes. Their protection is representative of the protection of the ecosystems there, and like these, they are endangered by various factors. 11 of the 18 penguin species are officially considered endangered, and 12 species are currently in decline. Which factors are responsible for this decline? What factors could determine the future of these animals? And how can we steer the development in a reasonable direction? The publication I am presenting here today compares the geographical distribution of the various penguin species and the geographical distribution of possible problematic factors. I've chosen it mainly because of its global satellite-centered approach. Apart from the statements on the protection of the animals, the publication also provides a nice overview of the geographical distribution of the different penguin species. The publication is freely available on the internet. The address is, as always, in the comments section. So if you want to know which penguin species lives where, take a look. Let's start with this geographical distribution of penguin species. Where do the different penguin species live? The distribution data was obtained from the GBIF, the Global Biodiversity Information Facility, and is mainly based on tracking data. Although it is sometimes somewhat uncertain how representative these data really are, satellite-based tracking takes analyzing the distribution of animal species to a whole new level. In the case of penguins, there are sedentary species that hunt near the roost and migratory species. Migratory species, such as the emperor penguin or the chinstrap penguin, have breeding sites that they visit repeatedly, but otherwise move over long distances in search for prey. Most of these species live along the Antarctic coast and on small islands in the Southern Ocean. They do not, of course, live in the interior of Antarctica, so don't misunderstand this depiction. Most sedentary species, such as the African penguin or the Galapagos penguin, live further north. The Galapagos penguin has the most northerly distribution. In this map, I've also marked places where other penguin species exist with empty circles, in addition to the species shown. Apart from the circumpolar region, penguins also inhabit coastal areas of South America, Africa, Australia, and New Zealand. The authors have investigated the extent to which the distribution of these 18 species overlaps with various stress factors. They focused on A, the effects of climate change, and B, more direct human influences. As a proxy for the effects of climate change, the authors analyzed satellite data on chlorophyll A concentration in the ocean, ocean surface temperature, and sea ice extent. Satellite data on the activities of fishing fleets and the distribution of artificial nightlight were used to represent the direct influence of humans. Chlorophyll A concentrations represent productivity of marine ecosystems corresponding to the amount of food available for penguins. Climate change so far has rather increased productivity of southern oceans. Only in few places penguins are affected by decreasing ocean productivity. Sea surface temperatures, on the other hand, are clearly rising, in particular in areas not directly bordering Antarctica, here indicated by red circles. Without excluding possible positive aspects of this rise, this unusual deviation from normal conditions will certainly have negative effects for many species. Other effects of climate change with clear negative effects for penguins are shrinking areas of sea ice, reducing penguin hunting opportunities. This is affecting primarily areas close to Antarctica, as indicated here by red circles. Direct disturbance of penguins by humans was assessed by taking nocturnal artificial illumination as a measure. Of course, this illumination was particularly high close to the coasts in South America, South Africa, Australia, and New Zealand. Impact by fisheries was accounted for by satellite data from the Global Fishing Watch. Particularly strong activities could be observed near to both coasts of the South American continent, near the west coast of the African continent, near New Zealand, and at some places in the Southern Ocean. These places just mentioned were also the places with the highest cumulative impact. In these locations, we also have strong impacts from disturbance by human settlements, and, except for the west coast of South America, we have an increase in sea surface temperatures. The species exposed to the highest amount of cumulative changes is with the highest amount of stress were the African, chinstrap, and Humboldt penguins. So, in the end, this study gives us some ideas which penguin species might be most endangered in the coming decades. These ideas still have to be taken with some caution, since, as conceded by the authors, penguin distribution data were far from complete and prominent stress factors like pollution or disease were missing. But apart from watching and analyzing, what can we do? The authors suggest that it will be much easier to target direct human stress factors like fisheries or direct disturbance than effects from climate change. Therefore, they conclude it is necessary to try to alleviate at least these stress factors.